man is being chased by a gang led by Emil and Pick. One armed man in particular, carrying a high-tech crossbow, seems intent on killing the man himself. The man being chased reaches a river and runs across a wooden dock, but is shot twice by the man with the crossbow. He runs for his life, but falls between the slats and into the water, and one of the guys cuts a money belt from around his waist. The gang's leader, Emil, asks the man with the crossbow if the experience lives up to his expectations. A young woman, Natasha, arrives in town looking for her father, Douglas, after 20 years since her parents' divorce. She searches for him at his rented house, but is informed he moved out and gets a box containing some pictures. She goes to the local missions, but is unable to find anything. At a diner, Chance is having his breakfast when Natasha walks in to use the payphone. She comes up to the counter for some change, flashing her bundle of cash, which is seen by some rough-looking goons. When she goes outside to her car, they attack her with the intention of robbing and defiling her on the street.
You having fun?
But Chance comes to her rescue and beats them all severely. He tells Natasha to be more careful when she shows her wallet. She goes down to the police station and files a missing person report. Later, at the dock, Natasha arrives looking for Chance and asks him to be her escort for good pay while she searches for her father. Chance turns her down, saying he's a stevedore and will have to leave on a ship soon. But the union leader tells Chance that he can't work unless he pays his union dues. With no options left, he accepts Natasha's offer to work with her for 2 days. They drop at the charity site and meet Eliza. He takes them to a location where he found some of Douglas's belongings in a shopping cart. They also find some flyers of a local brothel owned by Poe. They drop by Poe's, but he denies knowing Douglas, but when Chance presses hard, he freezes. Just then, Pick comes in, making Chance retreat from the conversation for the time being. Outside, a police officer informs Natasha that Douglas's body has been found. Marie informs Natasha that her father was killed in a fire accident in an abandoned building. Later that night, Emil and Pick visit Poe and torture him to find out how much Poe told Natasha and Chance. Emil is furious at Poe for sending someone who has a family despite his warning to pick a homeless without any relatives.
I come back here. I cut me a steak.
Later, Emil and Pick dig into Chance's life and find out that he was in the Marines. Emil tells Pick they should be careful of Chance and asks him to send a couple of guys to have a chat with Chance. As Chance goes through Douglas's homicide file and checks the photos, he finds only one military dog tag in the file instead of 2. He goes to the site and finds the other dog tag with a hole in it. Chance is attacked by 2 thugs who tell him to stop asking questions about Douglas's death and to leave town immediately along with Natasha. He is then arrested for trespassing at a crime scene. He's taken to Mitchell where he tells her that Douglas's death was not accidental and he was shot by a sharp-edged weapon, given a strange hole in his dog tag. Mitchell promises to order a new autopsy. Meanwhile, Eliza is keen on filling out an application form when Poe offers him $100 for it. He also tells Poe he has no family or relatives when asked about it. At Emil's house, Pick briefs his new client about the hunting game where he will be given a weapon of his choice, and all he has to do is aim and shoot while they take care of the rest. Emil also tells him that the victims are all combat veterans to make the hunting game more interesting, and Dr. Morton helps with the autopsy to evade the police. Chance is playing detective on his own and interrogates Poe again, while Mitchell threatens Dr. Morton to conduct Douglas's autopsy again, telling him they have evidence to prove that it is a homicide. Dr. Morton is at his home burning away all the medical records and does not realize Emil standing behind him. He informs Emil that Mitchell has ordered Douglas's autopsy again. The doorbell rings and he goes to the door, looking through the spy hole, but is immediately shot by Pick. Later, Eliza is waiting for Poe, but Emil and Pick show up instead. He is given the $10,000 in cash in a money belt and tells him that if he can reach the river, he'll be free and can keep the money. The hunting client arrives with his crew, all set with their gears. Eliza is given a 5-minute head start. With no options left, he picks up the belt and starts running with the rest of them chasing behind. He is hunted through a cemetery and is bullied in every direction by the gang. The hunter shoots at Eliza and manages to hit, but refuses to kill him, making Emil furious. He pushes the client to finish off what he came for. Eliza attacks and seizes the client's automatic rifle and shoots him. He shoots briefly at Emil and Pick, but runs when the rifle is empty. Eliza tries to get someone to help him, but no one is willing to help. The goons catch up on him and realizing that he has nowhere to run. Eliza accepts his fate and is gunned down in the busy street. Pick retrieves the belt containing the money. Chance breaks down seeing his dead friend and decides to go confront Poe as Eliza was last working for him. Poe, while packing to leave town, is met by Pick, who kills him with a shotgun. Chance and his team arrive at the spot a little too late. Natasha tries to get out of the car, not realizing the danger outside. Pick shoots, but Mitchell takes the bullet for her and engages in a gunfight. Several of Emil's men show up and shoot at them. Mitchell gets hit again, so Chance takes a gun from her and has a fierce shootout. He manages to hit one of the guys and Pick. Chance kicks one of the thugs out of his motorcycle and commandeers it. He tells Natasha to get on as Mitchell is already dead. He takes off with her as the gang pursues them.
Rob the bar.
They make it to a highway overpass, but the road is blocked, so Chance unloads Natasha. He sees that the gas tank is leaking. He rides back towards one of the pursuing SUVs, stands on the seat, and shoots at them. He then jumps off the bike, over the roof of the truck, and lands safely behind it. He opens fire, igniting the gas tank, and the truck explodes. Still being chased by Emil and his goons, Chance and Natasha leap over the side of the overpass and land in the cargo car of a moving train. Emil gets more men to join them and briefs them about the new exceptional target, the hunt promising to pay them handsomely. Chance and Nat make their way through the woods to his Uncle DeVay's house, while the goons track them behind. Chance and Natasha reach Uncle DeVay's place and have a pleasant reunion. His uncle fixes him up and gives him the shotgun he'd been keeping for him. He tells his uncle about his plan to lead them to the Mardi Gras graveyard, an abandoned factory. Chance rides out on horseback, while Natasha stays with Uncle DeVay. When the gang arrives at the cabin, Uncle DeVay shoots an arrow and triggers another booby trap that blows up and kills several of them. Emil tells Pick to track Chance from a chopper and plans an ambush. Pick tells him he will kill Chance from the air, but Emil refuses.
Any pinhead can take him from the air. I want to take him from the ground.
Pick is on a chopper trying to lead Chance to the ambush area. As advised by Emil, he is being bombarded by several rounds of gunfire, and he falls off his horse. He is on foot now and succeeds in leading Pick and the others to the Mardi Gras graveyard. Chance goes inside the dilapidated building while some of the goons are behind him. Emil and Pick arrive with more people and weapons. Chance hides and attacks one of the guys by firing at a gas and making it blast. 20 of them come inside the factory and brutally attack Chance, but he manages to kill one and hides. Using one of the floats, Chance takes out several more of Emil's men. Meanwhile, Natasha and Uncle DeVay arrive at the spot, ready to lend a hand. But Chance seems to be doing pretty well taking out the guys one after the other. But Uncle DeVay shows off his shooting skills. Chance does some cool moves and finishes some of the goons. But heroes do need help sometimes. Uncle DeVay shoots at the guy aiming for Chance, but he gets shot in his leg by another guy. Chance has a brutal shootout with Emil and the guys and finds himself in a standoff with Pick. They shoot at each other through the glass windows. But when Pick throws a grenade at Chance, he slides under the table and shoots him dead. Emil finds Pick's body and is furious. They have a shootout, and Chance manages to hit Emil on his shoulder. He hides and sees Natasha and Uncle DeVay coming. He attacks and takes Natasha hostage, forcing Chance to unload and drop his shotgun. He then makes Natasha load his gun, but Chance runs towards him and gives him a flying kick. Emil picks up a burning lumbar and starts hitting Chance, but he eventually dodges and strikes Emil several times, making him see stars. Chance, using grenade, beats Emil down. He drops the live grenade in his pants and headbutts him back. Emil fumbles for the grenade, even managing to remove the fuse. However, it goes off. Fortunately, Uncle DeVay is saved by the can he had in his pocket.
Just real catastrophe.
Yeah, real bad.